Thank you for
Yeah,
taking the
totally.
time with us today. I really appreciate it.
This is
See
awesome.
Pulp Fiction up there. Already, I like your taste in movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it there. Greatly appreciate it there.
Did you have any questions before we got started?
No, I mean, I read through the questions and then I thought, oh, just throw it at me. Whatever you do, whatever you say, we can be spontaneous, right? Seems like all the
Exactly.
best stuff happens accidentally, whether it's in movies or in life, right?
You're already way different than the characters you play. I was
Were you worried?
yeah.
Thank God, right?
Yes.
Not all of them.
Yes.
No, I love my characters. I love them. And where are you?
What do you really even mean by that? But we're in Jacksonville, Florida. That's where we're at. Yes, that's where we're at. And where are you currently at right now?
We're in LA. I mean,
LA.
I'm in LA.
Now, are we talking Louisiana or LA?
Oh, so I'm in Los Angeles.
I knew where you were. I'm messing with you. I knew where you were.
So wait a minute. So where are you actually?
Jacksonville, Florida. Actually, home of Florida man.
Yes. All right.
All right, we'll get right into it. Hopefully, in about 6 minutes from now, I will be done reading off your credits. You have such an amazing resume. Like you've got to have films that you've done that you haven't even that you like you don't even remember at this point, right? You've done so. I mean, you're not like Nick Cage. Like how I saw he had like 6 movies since 2020.
He's very
Six
selective.
movies.
I did do 6 movies one year. Right after my first big feature, Rain Man. That next year, I mean, there's nothing like winning 4 Oscars and making, $500 million. And back then, even that was even more. And I did co-star in 6 movies the next year. It was a big change in my career, a big
Ground
change.
running. There you go.
But my parts are a lot smaller than Nick Cage's. He's usually the lead in his movies. So
Yeah, and he brings 175,000% every time. You never think
oh
that.
my God, Cage Rage. I love him. I did also Matchstick Men with him, and then I helped him cast a movie he directed called Sunny, and read with James Franco for it. And that's how James and I became friends. So there you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, there was ever a role that was made for Nicolas Cage. It was Matchstick Men. Just
Oh, he was so good in that movie. My feeling was that if that hadn't been a Ridley Scott movie, if he were an unknown, it would have been huge. But when it's Ridley Scott, you think it's going to be, Gladiator or something, or, Thelma and Louise or something huge, huge, huge. And so it was just this wonderful character-driven movie. You didn't know what was going to happen.
And Sam Rockwell is always a treat.
Always.
Him and yeah. All right. Well, we are. We'll jump right into the. I'll do the intro real quick, and we'll get right into it.
Kind of already started, didn't we?
Yeah, this will be in the bonus. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Doing good. Thank you very much for taking the time.
Is that light better or worse?
That's good right there.
Yes. He has production. He's the only one to have a production team.
That's good. That's good.
This is amazing.
All right. Did you have any questions before we got started?
Oh, I don't think so. Let's just go.
Let's just go. All right.
For old men, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, we've got about 6 or 7 questions from No Country for Old Men, and you've got a spanning career. So
yes,
we try to touch on some highlights around there, and
all right, let's go.
All right.
And you're doing good, by the way. I mean, you really were ready to go here. You're running right through these things. So good job, sir. Very good job.
Well, thank you. I'm kind of used to this. This is about all the work I get for the last year.
Yes.
Everybody's scared to get together and do anything. I've done a couple of movies, but and a television show, 2 television shows, I guess. So I've done a little bit of work, but not much.
Right. Well, hopefully things are starting to get back to a little bit business-wise as normal as they can.
They're coming back. Yeah, they're coming back now. I got a movie coming up starting next month, I think, up in Oklahoma. I'll be on that for about a month or so.
We'll be sure to look out for that. You're in Oklahoma?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, we're going to come back here in 3, 2, and
Give me 1 second. Let me reset the camera real quick.
that is an amazing story, man. I think while he's resetting, I would say this. When you mentioned that when you mentioned that you had a publicist too, I'm pretty sure somebody was like, how bad is it going to look that the star from the show, the only person to get nominated, we wouldn't send them out there?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's great, man.
And I think your horse knew too. I don't think he was nervous. I think he said, "Hey, this one's for you, Barry," and he just let it go. I think that's what that horse said. All right.
Universal might not give a shit, but I do.
all the guys running Universal back in those days are dead. So they don't hold anything against me anymore.
There you go. There you go.
We got about 7 questions left. Are you all right on time?
I'm good. Yeah, y'all go throw them at me.
Thank you.
All right, so we're coming back in 3, 2.
Give me 1 moment. Let me reset the camera over real quick. I'll be right back.
What kind of camera is it?
It's a Canon 7D.
I knew it. I knew it. I directed a short, also with Octavia and my daughter and Lauren Miller Rogan. And anyway, we used Canons, and we would have to.
We are
They're
Canon
good cameras,
fanatics.
though.
They are. We are Canon fanatics.
Ike Barinholtz is I feel like he doesn't have an off switch as far as just he seems like he is always on.
I agree.
Mhm.
I agree. I mean, he's very much a family man. He loves his wife so much. He loves his kids, so there's that part of him. He cooks big Thanksgiving dinners. He cooks special dinners for his family. I mean, he's from Chicago, mid-America and Midwestern. And so he's got all those great values. And, in my view, he's a good old liberal Democrat. I always say, you got to run for office. You got to run for office. And I think he might even consider it someday. Who knows? But he has that part of him. But when he's working, he's working. He's thinking all the time, and he's coming up with new ideas and ways to do things. And Mindy would just let the camera roll on him, and he would just do one thing after the other, one thing after the other. It was so thrilling. It was thrilling.
I bet, yeah.
I was in love with him. And in fact, when I did the first episode before I was a regular, this sounds so dumb, but this maternal instinct came up in me. I saw how hard what she had to do was, producing, writing, starring in a show, and setting the tone for the show, and approving the sets, and all that stuff. And I felt like she's got to have somebody. She's got to have somebody. She's got to have somebody that's really on her team, that's going to be there for her. And I saw the way I related to her, and I thought, she's okay. She's got him. They're going to be good. It sounds weird because, she is a very strong woman. She's her own person. So I'm not saying that he by any means, but I knew she had a friend, and I knew that he was going to be there. And then David Stassa and his partner, who's directing this other thing, they've been together since kindergarten. They've been best friends since kindergarten. So that's unusual. So we had a very strong group. And then, all the different people that would guest star, and I knew a lot of them. Franco, I knew, and Seth Rogen, I knew from Donnie Darko, and his wife had written a short that I directed. So, we didn't hang out, but we were friends. In fact, they had been kindly loaned us their beach cottage because we were doing a film festival near there. And so, I'm not saying I'm buddy with Seth Rogen, but it happened that he came on the show right after that. And I don't know, it was always fun. Who's going to be here this week? Oh, and speaking of Justified, Tim Oliphant came on the show. And we're like, hello, hey. He was so sweet to work for. And
if I ever had a bigger crush on a celebrity than Sandra Bullock, it'd be Timothy Oliphant.
You're just letting it all out today, aren't you?
Wouldn't they be good together in something? They would be good. I can see that. That would be good. I see where you're going with that. Yeah, he's a doll. And he would give me notes on Justified, but in the sweetest way. He said, I remember the first time he said, if I may, And I said, "Oh, you may give me anything you got." Just I was through. I love to be directed, first of all, and especially someone so talented and so good as him. So I agree with you. But we just had one after the other.
Yeah.
Really.
Glenn Howerton from Always Sunny was on there for a bit too.
Oh yeah, I love him. He's a Juilliard guy. Can you believe a Juilliard guy ends up doing It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the director of Get Out.
Jordan Peele.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was on our show.
Yeah.
He guest starred. And sweet as could be, and so kind, and really cared. The thing I remember about him was he really cared. And I remember I brought friends on, he would suggest, and I think Jordan was one of his friends. And so that's how he came on the show. They would, people like to work with each other if they get along and like each other. So we would have the benefit of that.
We just got a few more questions.
Yeah, this will be the last reset.
Are you okay on time?
Yeah, I was just looking. I'm okay. We're wrapping up. It'll be all right. My husband's waiting for me. We're having business meetings right now, and I've got.
We'll make these next ones short and sweet. Then
No, it's good. I'm having fun.
Well, we're glad. Thank you so much. We definitely appreciate that. So we're coming back here in 3, 2. Now, according to your IMDb, you have two movies in post-production with writer-director Neil Johnson, The Time of War and At the Edge of Time. Now, from what we can best tell, it looks like it's been a few years since these projects were updated. Now, if you're allowed to, could you tell us a little bit about them?
I've got no idea.
I said according to IMDb. I knew it.
Yeah. They had me playing in pre-production, playing the president of Hungary in one movie. I was in there for 5 years, going to be the president of Hungary, and I never even heard of the project. They just put me in there for some reason.
I think they were saying we're going to reach out and see if he wants to do it. Just throw him on there. We'll ask. It's in the works.
I don't care what they put on that thing because it enhances my reputation.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I did that project, but it's gone to Walmart.
Why don't you subscribe? It'll last longer.